The way she looked at him when the cameras weren't watching said more than any headline ever could. There's something about the quiet moments that makes everything feel more real. Like when her hand found his under the dinner table, or the way she'd lean into his shoulder during those crowded family get-togethers. No grand gestures. Just presence. Just touch. Just that soft kind of love that doesn't need to be explained. Taylor's world had always been fast, loud, and full of lights. But Travis slowed it down. He brought her coffee without asking how she takes it. He remembered the way she tied her hair before writing messy, not too tight. He didn't try to fit into the spotlight. He just stood beside her, a constant, a calm. And maybe that's what made this whole thing feel different. Not performative. Not planned. Just them. Kylie never needed to broadcast anything. That's what Taylor respected most. When the world demanded a post, a quote, a picture, Kylie offered something better: authenticity. Her words weren't crafted for applause. They were spoken for the people they mattered to. Taylor had heard them, felt them, and most importantly, believed them. That's why she smiled when she saw the podcast notification light up Travis's phone. Not because it was news, but because it felt like home speaking back to her. And the girls, Wyatt, Elliot, Bennett, even little Finn, they didn't see Taylor as a superstar. They saw someone who sat cross-legged on the floor to braid doll hair, who let them smear glitter across her eyelids because Auntie Tay needs sparkle too. She'd sneak them extra marshmallows and let them dance on her toes to whatever song played in the kitchen. That was the beauty of it. She wasn't performing. She was just showing up. Fully. The engagement wasn't announced with fireworks. It came in conversation, between sips of wine and soft laughter. Came naturally, like exhaling. And when Travis handed her that ring, there wasn't a speech. There didn't need to be. He had already said it all with the way he looked at her when she wasn't looking. And she had answered with the way she stayed. Even Jason, who teased endlessly, had softened. He called her sis now without hesitation. And when he watched his brother light up around her, there was a deeper kind of pride in his eyes. This wasn't just some whirlwind. It was rooted, grown slowly, nurtured in quiet spaces. There's something magnetic about love that doesn't ask for attention. It just exists quietly, boldly. And in a world obsessed with spectacle, theirs remained solid in the simple. A walk at dusk. A shared playlist. A glance across the room that said, "I know you." The album was never really about the music. Not this time. It was her way of capturing what couldn't be photographed. The laughter echoing through hotel hallways. The whispered jokes in the back of the tour bus. The way his hoodie felt after a long day, oversized and safe. The life of a showgirl wasn't about the show. It was about the girl behind it. And he was in every track, not loud, not obvious, but there. Patrick and Brittany saw it too, the realness. They weren't just teammates. They were friends. They showed up. For the games, the birthdays, the small moments. That's what made it all feel like a family, not a franchise. And when Patrick talked about the cocktail, it wasn't about sales. It was about the story. The way a drink could remind someone of a lyric, a memory, a person. The way love, even in a glass, could be celebrated. And maybe that's the magic of it all. It doesn't need to be shouted. It doesn't need to be proven. It just needs to be lived every day with the kind of grace that doesn't care who's watching. Taylor and Travis aren't perfect, but they're present. And in a world full of noise, they found their own quiet rhythm, together.